Now it's time for our first award of the evening. It's the Personal Hero Award, and it's going to be presented by Bala Thakra.
So this is a day to celebrate some of those opportunities and strengths. Now, when I was looking at all the nominations, and some of the qualities that were coming out was determined, caring, strong, sharing, selfless, courageous, brave, and the list went on. So as three of us doing the shortlisting for this category, we had a really tough job. And I would like to say to all the other nominees that you are all worthy of an award too. Anne was also a carer for her son Stephen, who was born with multiple disabilities and required 24-hour support. As a single parent, she took care of him diligently, with love and with a lot of determination as well. And Rainbows also gave her and her family a lot of support. But sadly, Stephen passed away last year, aged 19, and for any mother, that's a real blow. But she carried on, she had determination, and then another tragedy struck her. A few months later, her mother passed away. Her mother was a great source of support for Anne and her two sons, Jordan and Stephen. So, second tragedy, but this woman continues. She continues with her determination and her love for the charity and more walking, more raising of money than she herself was struck down with lung cancer in August. And she's agreed for me to share these personal stories about her. And I think the reason is that when you see somebody so wonderful like this, it actually gives us determination and courage to continue with life and to support others. So despite having all these hospital treatments and challenges, she decides to continue walking. So she takes up the challenge again this year to do her 15 miles. But she was very weak, very tired. In order not to be beaten by this, she actually buys a bicycle and does her 15 miles. And that, I think, is fantastic.
Certainly we're really fulfilling many roles in our lives, and we all need to be applauded for that. One of the things is, when I was reading through the details, was that the words like caring, creative, giving, persuading, determination, joy, happiness, love, they were all there in the nominations, which is just everything that everybody actually contributes. Not only, obviously, the world over, but specifically, I think in Leicester, we've got an amazing group of women that actually do a huge amount to contribute to what we do. And certainly, in terms of economic development, we're at the heart of what is happening. This Yorkshire accent can't do the job, so okay, that's okay. Okay, I'm actually going to hand you this out then, because look, it looks amazing.
Have been nominated for tonight's award have made such a difference throughout our fantastic city. We had about 40 nominations for women doing all sorts of incredible activities. It was incredibly difficult to decide. I haven't seen my co-judges, fellow judges here, but when Councillor Anne Glover and Dawn Lawrence and I met to start discussing this, you know, it was a really big task and very difficult. But I'd like to welcome onto the stage the 4 runners-up. They are Serena Leanne, Christine Swan, Rupal Shah, and Stacey Newton. Come on down, girls. I've got to stick to my 10 minutes, and I'm hoping not to fail to do that. There's so much to say about the work that these women have done in the community, and like the other presenters before me, I've been really humbled by what they've achieved. First off is somebody I do know, who is Serena Leanne, who was nominated for her work primarily with the New Parks Community Boxing Gym. I first met Serena a couple of months ago when I went down to the gym, and I like to think I'm quite a fit and healthy person. I go running a lot. But within 2 minutes of joining in with the boxing session, I thought I was going to be sick. I was so exhausted.
And like many of our speakers tonight, I have had the pleasure of being involved in the Trust and working as one of the trustees at some point. But as we look at the category Women in Business, I have a few little bits that I want to share. The first point is, women are good at business. Give yourselves a round of applause. Women are good at business. If anyone tells you differently, you just remember the people that have been nominated tonight and the people that have won, or the individual that wins overall. But women are good in business. Women in business are good for Leicester. Women in business are good for the UK economy. So I know I'm definitely going to run over. So again, she encourages us and inspires us to be forward-thinking and not to just settle for what you have now, but look to see, plan for the future and prepare with what you have. So well done. Thank you. So the winner of Women in Business 2010 is Dorothy Francis. It gives me great pleasure to live in Leicester. It gives me great pleasure to be a part of what we are doing here in Leicester. But that pleasure is outshone by the wonderful work that these ladies and every other nominee is doing. Well done to all of you.
Well done then, the Women in Business Award. Thank you very much to Sandra as well. We didn't dare Now for our final award of the night. It's the Maureen Milgram Forrest Award, presented by Maureen Milgram Forrest, founder of LeicestHERday, along with Patricia Hewitt as well, who also founded it. So please, a massive round of applause.
It's my honour to be the founding director, the founding chair of LeicestHERday with Patricia Hewitt. But it's also my honour to actually be part of a family that's been going for 10 years. LeicestHERday Trust has seen tens of thousands of women developing into business, into tomorrow's women, learning how to get involved on boards. LeicestHERday is the Leicester Partnerships Women's Group Leader, and we are working with other women's groups in the city and in the county. The list goes on and on and on. And I just want to mention a few people that are here tonight that are perhaps part of the LeicestHERday Trust. People like Angela Lennox, who's here today representing Dr. Lennox, is also a CBE, representing the Lord Lieutenant. People like Danielle Gillett, who works for East Midlands Business, Penny Waterfield, and I wish the lights were up. Your names are mentioned. Could you just stand up, please? Marlene Seward. Marlene was co-chair with me for 4 years. Phil Brown, the only male on our board. He's still there. The list goes on and on. Hasu Joshi, where are you, Hasu? There you are. Aisha Ali. Aisha was on our board to begin with, represented young people, and has gone on for others. Mary Alice, still on our board from TUC. Our family, and we've been a family for over 10 years, and please do sit down and I'll mention a few other people. I'd like to mention Sheila Locke, who isn't here this evening. We couldn't have done this without Sheila. Sheila gave us the impetus, helped us find the money from the Leicester Partnership, got it started, and has done a fantastic job. I'm only sorry that she's not well, but I'll make sure that we find a way to appreciate what she has done for us. I'd like to mention 2 people who work for LeicestHERday currently. Kate Merritt, who was the coordinator for not just this, but quite a few other things. Kate, are you there? Kate, are you here? Or are you taking a well-deserved rest somewhere? Vic Patel. Vic came to us, found by Aisha. He came all the way from London to make this happen. These 2 people made these awards happen against all odds. And the amount of time they put into this is really, really considerable. So I really want to mention that. As I said, LeicestHERday started 10, 11 years ago. It is going to go on forever. And if there are people who think that it isn't, it is. And we've got many more women to be able to help onto learning English, learning how to appreciate, develop their skills, training, the list goes on and on. And if you don't know about LeicestHERday, you should. And could I just have a round of applause for this absolutely amazing dynamic group?